Hello my friends, this is Jeannie. Welcome to another Crafting My Stash video. It's actually going to be a bit of a hybrid video because I'm not only going to share with you the many projects that I completed using this Ultimate Die Cut and Paper Pack Kit by Santoro, but I am also going to do a quick tutorial and show you how I made some of the items, particularly the cards that I made using this paper pack. So let me first quickly show you the kit itself. This is one that's in my giveaway stash. I already used my kit. It is an awesome kit. Comes with tons, and I'll open this up. This is everything that the kit comes with. It comes with papers, toppers, tags, and alpha stickers. So it is truly a complete kit. It is a massive kit, and you can find this kit for under $10, let's say. I have seen it for as low as $9 and change. And I think that price I saw at Joann.com. But if you do a little Google search, you will find it at that price for that. Of that I am sure. So using that kit, I have made so many items. I have decorated my envelope journals or my envelope albums. And if you've been following me, then you will know that these are the books that I featured in my last Craft With Me series. I will link those videos down below so that you can check them out. But I used that same kit and the packaging itself, the toppers, the papers, and a couple of other items in my stash and made these awesome little books. I also used the kit to make tons, and I do mean tons. I think I have 36 or 38 cards here. Yeah, what did you do today? I made 38 cards. So, and I think they turned out great. Not only did I use that kit, but I ended up using other items in my stash, which I was super thrilled about. I used this craft color cardstock, which was one of those recollection packs that you pick up at Michael's. They usually have them like 2 for $5. I picked up 2 of the craft color packs, and I used quite a bit of that today. I used over 20 sheets, so that's a good thing, right? I've had these cardstock paper packs in my stash for a little bit. I love this Momenta brand. The only time I'm able to get them is when they're available at Tuesday morning. So I used, look at that, an entire pad. Yeah, so I was super excited about that. And I also used some inks, some bling, and all that together, I was able to make these awesome cards. So let me do a quick little run through of all the cards that I made, and then I'll show you quickly how I made these. So using the flat tags in the kit, I was able to make these cards. That's my own stamp, but the tags were part of that kit. All I did was remove them and ink the edges. So this is pretty awesome. This actually, this tag is not part of the kit. That's recycled packaging. Yeah, I'm telling you, you can even reuse the packaging that the Gorjuss girls come in. I always recycle the packaging. So this is recycled packaging. I use a punch or a paper trimmer, and I cut the items out, clean them up, make them look a little more finished. This is, no, that's not recycled paper. Make them look a little more finished, and I reused them. So I thought these cards turned out really cute. Simple, clean cards, which is what I love. That's totally my style. And because I was making so many of these cards, I needed it to be really simple and clean. These cards are for those who participated in my 2017 Gorgeous Girls Just Because challenge. If you participated, I'm going to send you a handmade card with a little item inside of it, just as my way of showing my appreciation for you taking the time to participate. These cards were made using the dimensional decoupage sheets from that same kit. When I put my decoupage sheets together, I don't use all of the layers that come with it, just because I don't like that much dimension. I usually add 1 or 2, 3 layers tops. So really happy with the way that these turned out. So fun. And it just so happened that that paper pad worked out really, really well with the collection. It coordinated nicely. So excited to have these cards done so that I can go ahead and start mailing out some of the packages. Some have gone out, but not nearly enough. I have so many more. Over 50, my friends. Yeah. So I have some work to do. I really love the way this one came out. She is really cute. Fun, right? So those are the cards I made, and I left 3 undone so that we can go ahead and walk through that process together, just so that you can see how really simple and quick these cards are. This is just some extra bling from my stash that I used on 2 of the cards, just because I felt it needed a little something extra, because the tag or topper that I used wasn't quite big enough, but I still wanted to use it. So I thought I would just I don't know, pick it up a little bit with a little bit of bling. So I used some of my bling stash too. I'm on a roll. I use my bone folder, my bone folding tool. Always helpful to have. So for this, like I said, I started with some craft color 8.5 by 11 paper, and this is the Recollections brand. It's not super heavy, but once you add the mat and the tag to it, it does become pretty solid. So the first thing I did was I took my 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I cut it on the long side at the 5.5 mark. That leaves me with 2 5.5 by 8.5 size sheets of paper. And when you fold those over, you'll have a standard A2 size card. You don't need a scoreboard, okay, to do the next part. You can just fold it over, match the edges, and just fold it. I like using my scoreboard. I just get a cleaner fold that way. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to mark it. I'll get this little guy here out of the way. Oopsie. I'm going to score it at 4.25. And you can see actually this little Martha Stewart scoreboard even marks it as an A2 size. So at the 4.25, I'm just going to go ahead, score that. I'll score the other one too. Why not? I don't think I need this one, but I'll have it on standby in case I mess up, because, you know, it's not unusual for me to mess up. But really, these cards are so simple, you can't possibly mess up, right? So once you have that scored, you can go ahead, use your bone folder. Like I said, this is not, you don't need a bone folder, you don't need a scoreboard. Just fold the paper in half, match the edges, and you're good to go. I have the tools. I'm going to use the tools I have. Okay, so that is the base for my cards. At this time, I would encourage you, if you have a channel stamp, to go ahead and stamp. I do have one. Stamp the back of the card before you start adding any layers to it. Once you start adding layers, it's not going to be so easy to get a clean stamp. So at this time, I know this is going to be the front of my card. I'm going to turn to the back of the card. I'll just stamp the one because I only need the one. I'm going to use some Stampin' Up! Black ink and just, that's all I need. Let me close this up. I'll only stamp the one because I only need the one. I prepped some of the other cards, but I just wanted to show you how quickly it was to go ahead and make the base. Easy peasy, super simple. So this is one of the tags from the kit. What I did was I inked the edges in black, and I also just put a little bling at the edge of the tab there, tag. Also, I stamped this particular tag with a stamp, "Hello, my friend." I'm going to use that. This is the paper from that Momenta card stock pad that I showed you. What I did, I think that's a 6x6 pad. I just trimmed it down so that I had a 1/4 inch border around the front of the card. I still wanted to see some of that craft color. If you don't want to see the craft color, you just cut your base, your mat to the exact same size as the front cover, which would be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Because I want the 1/4 inch all around, I cut it to 5 1/4 by 4. I inked the edges. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this on top there, and then this there, and that's going to be my easy peasy super simple card. I am going to use if I can find it, yep, I'm going to use my ATG, or my adhesive tape gun. You're going to use whatever adhesive you have that works for you. This is what I have. This is what I'm going to use. Okay, so going to go ahead. I don't ever get this perfectly straight, but no such thing as perfect when it comes to handmade. That's what makes it special. That's as close as I'm going to get to lining that bad boy up. For the tag, I'm going to use some wet glue, only because if you have an ATG, you know those refills are not cheap. So for something small like this little tag, I'll just use some of my Tombow multi-mono liquid glue. And then I will line that up right there. And that card is done. Super simple, fun, fun, fun. Clean and simple card. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to make another one. Okay, let's do another one. It'll go a lot faster because it's already pre-cut. Cut, 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 cut. So here's another one. Here's that base again. Here's the mat. Again, it's a standard A2 size card. I cut my mat at 5 1/4 by 4 so that I can have that 1/4 inch border showing. Woohoo! You see that? Oh my goodness. Sometimes these ATG guns, they go a little wonky. I think the problem I'm having is that when I put the when I put the roll, because I had to refill it, I didn't tighten it enough. So I'm getting too much slack. But that's okay. I can go ahead and fix it. You know, because, you know, why would this cooperate? Why? Why would it cooperate? Especially when you're trying to film something. Why would it cooperate? Right? Let's see how that goes. It's probably not going to go, but we're going to try. Okay? So let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to put this little bad boy to the side until I have a chance to fix it. C'est la vie. We'll use the wet glue. Ay, ay, ay. I've had that ATG forever. Maybe it's time to retire it. Nah. I'm going to use that thing until it falls apart. Okay, so there we go. We have the base. We have the mats. Here's another one of those toppers or those tags. I just inked the edges in some black soot distress ink. I'm going to adhere it a little higher, leaving some space down here for my sentiment. And of course, the sentiment I'm going to use is my Hello Friend sentiment. I'm going to stamp up that sentiment using the basic black ink. Good little press. And there we are. That takes care of that. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. This is the last one. So here we have that same base. Another mat. You know, the funny thing is, I know for sure, I have another ATG gun that I picked up from the clearance section at Michael's a little bit ago. Long time ago. It was like in the super clearance section because I guess somebody returned it minus one of the refills. So they were just selling the gun itself, the ATG. And I picked it up for really, really cheap. And at the time, my husband thought it was crazy because I already had one. Like, why do you need two? Well, you need two because that first one eventually bites the dust. And I think my first one is about to bite the dust. So, forward thinking. That's how I justify all the stuff in my craft room. You never know when you'll need another. Don't we all justify the stuff in our craft room with those kinds of excuses and that kind of logic and reasoning? So we're going to use that same glue. Here's that tag. I'm going to put the tag again, just making sure to leave some room for my sentiment. Here's that sentiment again. Let's ink it up. And da-da-da. Very nice. So just like that. Some very simple, clean, easy cards to make. If you have a stash of tags, toppers, you don't know what to do with them, this is a good way to use them up. Not only did I use my stash of toppers, I also used an entire paper pad. I used a lot of that craft color paper by Recollections that I have been hoarding. I have 2 packs of that stuff. Now I am down to 1. And it's versatile. Craft color goes with anything and everything. We all know that. I was able to make all of these awesome, super simple, amazing, handmade cards that I will be sending out to my friends. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And I hope you will visit me again. Until next time. Bye-bye.